just knocked it off. People just
That's
heard
my
you say
knock it
that.
off, man. Dude can't stay out the news, man.
Trey Turner went for the cycle. It's a good night in DC sports.
Nats are killing it, huh?
They're hot. Not as hot
Hey, Top,
as the hot box.
whatever made you come up with the name Jason, Joe? I always wanted to know that, man. We ain't live yet.
Voorhees? Yeah, we're live. Oh, we're live. Yeah, don't tell the story. If it's not Jason from Friday the 13th, don't tell the
There's a
story.
lot of names out there, man. His name was Jason, man.
Todd Bozeman's Jason Kidd.
Helen Keller.
All right, here we go. Appreciate you guys for hanging out with us on this fine Tuesday evening. For a song about it, I want to hear it. Here it goes.
We'll be rocking with tonight, man. Oh, yeah.
For real? You going Prince?
Thank you so much for hanging out with us on a Tuesday night. On behalf of First Amendment Sports, I'm Ken Marangolo. He's Froghorn Leghorn, a.k.a. Darren McClinton.
I'm back on the block, man.
Not towed up tonight.
Nah, I've been gone for a couple weeks. I had some work to do, some very high-level basketball to be a part of. A little tired, but I'm back in the building, back in the basement, ready to get some stuff off my chest.
Good.
How y'all been, man?
Well, I'd have to say, besides missing hanging out with you guys last week, we had a little bit of an impromptu show, and we threw all kinds of love juices way because he was in town, and we knew you were out of town, and
Right,
probably not even paying
right.
attention to us. We had to talk about some of the nonsense this guy was tweeting and texting us.
I was
Which
in.
every once in a while. By the
Y'all
way,
killing me,
by
man.
way of introduction, he
Yeah.
is Big Brother, aka Juice, aka Kevin McClinton.
What's going on, fellas? It's fun tonight.
And
It's
welcome
been,
to
it's been a long time, hasn't it?
another episode of
God, the hot box.
We Are Here Tonight. Our main man, Silky Smooth, in an upright, awakened position
in the building.
in the building. We've always appreciated. He is more than welcome, friend of the basement.
I do want to give a shout out real quick.
Mhm.
Shout out to Twin Peaks in Buckhead, Atlanta. It's a sports bar,
Yeah.
restaurant type.
It's got a name,
Oh my goodness! Now, we
dude. That's
we
a rough
grew
spot.
up-
It can be a rough spot depending on where it's located. That's not the only Twin Peaks that exists, if I'm not mistaken.
no, they're all over the place. But this particular one that right off Peachtree Street, Juice and myself, we both sides of our family are from Atlanta, Georgia, right? But we're not from the Buckhead side. We're
Yeah.
from the Bankhead side, right? Ben Hill, Campbellton Road, and Cascade area. So we've been going in the summertime down to Atlanta,
Yeah.
every year since we've been young. So not too many times have I spent, a significant amount of time in Buckhead. So I was just down there, I had some work to do. I was training a young French professional. He's going to be in the lottery next year. And I was staying at the Embassy Suites on Peachtree
In Buckhead,
in Buckhead.
that's like the Hilton in most towns.
When I say I was looking for some places to eat or whatever, and I kept riding past it when I was going to the gym, and I said, what is this Twin Peaks thing? I had never heard of it.
Yep.
Oh my goodness.
What was up with it?
Atlanta, Georgia is something special.
Yeah.
It's wee. All I wanted was some lemon pepper wings, right? That's all I
And?
wanted.
And you got so much more
Some of the finest
wings.
Nah.
little things are.
Yeah.
Oh my good! Shout out to Twin Peaks.
Shout out.
Shout out to Twin Peaks.
In
Shout out
Buckhead.
to Twin Peaks. If you're
Shout out
ever
to
in
Twin
Buckhead, y'all out there, stop by Twin Peaks and
This
Tell 'em
week's,
Froghorn
this week's
sent you.
sponsor of the Hot Box, apparently.
woo wee.
Well,
What we got?
it's good to have you
Man.
back for. I think we were knocking it off on the top side with Ezekiel Elliott on this side of the house.
Oh,
Yeah, absolutely, man. Absolutely. I don't understand. I'm having a hard time understanding these kids nowadays. I don't get it. You're about to start a 16, 20 weeks, a 20-week season. And probably with the Cowboys, possibility of playing more. Why do you put yourself in a position to mess all that up? I don't understand that. I don't understand that. I don't understand how you, knowing that you are probably the face of the Cowboys franchise right now. I mean,
Not
I
probably,
can't think.
yes.
I mean, he's the guy. You know what I mean? He's the guy. And you've been in trouble before. You've been suspended before.
Yes.
Why do you put yourself in a situation where you have everything to lose, and this security guard who you were allegedly in an altercation with has nothing to lose?
That's right.
With the days now of camera phones and Twitter and all this social media and all that stuff, why do you put yourself in that situation? And I get it, you know, you're an athlete or what have you, and you want to go out. You shouldn't have your life stopped because you're an athlete. But you have to have more sense than that, man. You have to be able to understand and have some kind of restraint when it comes to being responsible for being the franchise player or being the guy that everybody's looking on. Listen, I think Ezekiel Elliott is a hell of a player. I hate when we play the Cowboys because that dude is a truck. Yep. You know what I mean? But it's gonna get to the point where teams aren't gonna have to worry about him because he's not gonna be available. Because he consistently does things that it just does not make sense as to why you put yourself in those kind of situations. I don't get it. I don't understand that.
So
really
until he's legally unable to play, though, he will pay zero price.
And that's probably right. And I get it. I understand that, man. But
because if he's shooting up for you on Sunday, you have a real good chance of winning.
But see, the thing about it, why even put yourself?
I know.
Why even put yourself in that position? You know what I mean? If you're gonna go out or whatever, go out, have a little dinner or whatever with friends, and then leave. People are gonna try you. They're gonna yell at you. They're gonna say things to you. That's the nature of the beast. They're gonna say that because they know they're gonna try to get a rise out of you because there's a possibility that there might be some kind of suit on the back end of it. If you're a guy, if you're a regular person, and you see Ezekiel Elliott, you're like, hey man, you say things to him.
Everything is on
social media.
Go
home.
Terrible era.
Go home.
Every move you make.
I know, and it's.
I'll be watching.
This is from the player standpoint. This is nothing new, because
you'll be on TMZ.
But because 25, 35, 40 years ago, the same kind of behavior was going on, but it wasn't showing up in everyone's cell phone when they woke up the next morning, for better or for worse. But I think we can all agree, like, we're learning that guys who we probably thought were awesome or great, like 25, 30 years ago, probably were knuckleheads and did things we probably didn't agree with.
But the Cowboys don't need any more controversy. They don't need any more. They don't need to be in the news any more than they already are.
Dude, what's their beef?
And hold on,
what's the Cowboys' beef?
But the thing about it is, I know for a fact that back in the day when we were growing up, when we were watching, when we were kids, I know athletes did stuff. I get it. I understand that. They did a lot of stuff, I'm sure.
Are you sure about that?
Oh,
but
yeah.
But the thing about it is,
wait, are you sure?
There was no way of knowing because there was no camera phones. There was no social media. You know what I mean? There was none of that. So there was nothing that you had to worry about because nobody could see it. There was no proof.
You may have heard about it,
but you never saw it. There was no proof. Nowadays,
dude, Dallas does not care. They can act like they do. We can all act like we should expect them to. We can all pretend like. But I'm telling you, as long as he's not legally prevented from playing, his bad boy off the field image, where he's getting in these little scraps and scrapes and scruffles.
Yeah.
As long as he can take the rock on Sunday for the Dallas Cowboys, I promise you, all is well. And that's the course correction. Because I do believe the guys were doing it before you could record it. Now we know they're doing it, but you know what? I hate to say like that's football because that's not what I'm saying. I would just say like, hey, we've all caught up to the fact that if everything you do is always available to everybody at every single time, then your sensitivity meter has to be like way higher than it used to be.
He's a Pro Bowl starting running back for America's teams. Larger than life.
Could be just fine, and they're going to do a deal. So, Kevin, I think the answer to the cool thing that can happen is, the NFL doesn't give out guaranteed contracts. Almost never. They do sometimes for Kirk Cousins and other guys. But so you know what? You want a guy like Zeke to play by your rules, guarantee him some money, and then tell him he can't have it if he does this, and this, which is what they're talking about right now, which would be a new no with the player contract, like a conduct clause that would essentially say.
Well, see, that's what I'm saying. They have to. I mean, the players union has to agree to that.
But the impasse right now between the team and Elliott is on that language. That's the language they're negotiating right now. What can it be and what can it be? And it used to be teams would negotiate to get that language to keep their players in check, but the player didn't get anything out of that.
Right.
NFL contracts aren't guaranteed. NFL could cut you tomorrow, and then it's over. So the remedy on the owner's side should be guaranteed money. You want to control these guys, and you want to tell them how to live their lives, fine. Guarantee them $20 million a year.
Why
And guess
would
what?
you do that?
Why would you?
Why?
Because if they screw up, it's gone. You don't have to pay it. That's the whole purpose of the clause. So if Ezekiel Elliott gets messed up and can't play for the Dallas Cowboys, they would all of a sudden not be on the. Because today it's not about Zeke or his contract.
But
it's about salary cap space.
You can't do guaranteed money in the NFL.
You can.
It's not going to work.
But people do it right now. It's happening. That's the movement that's
No,
happening.
the signing bonus and all that is guaranteed, but guaranteed money like for a contract, you
Yes.
can't do that.
They're
Yeah.
doing it right
They
now.
are doing it.
Kirk Cousins has a 3-year
For
contract
quarterbacks,
for
yes,
guaranteed
Guaranteed
money.
money, yeah.
They are portions of
But see,
contracts
that's
are
what they're
always
talking about for this new in the CBA coming up is being able to guarantee money for these players.
Yep.
Like that. I mean, that's eventually what's going to come out. But you know, you can have people if you guarantee money, you're going to have guys that are just going to milk injuries. That's exactly what's going to happen. You're going to have guys that are going to milk injuries in the NFL. You know, I mean, man, my knee hurts, and they don't play because they know they're going to get paid money. You know what I mean? Like that's the thing about the NFL is
That could
that's
be
why
any
you
sport.
can't.
Perfect.
That's why you can't do that.
No, they're
Because you
doing
can have
it.
guys that are just going to
Transition.
milk injuries.
They're doing
You
it,
have
though.
to-
They're
Let's
doing it.
talk about these injuries. Let's transition into the on the hardwood, and let's talk about some of these injuries, season-ending injuries, and why they're happening.
I saw an article, and Darren, that's a good transition. I saw an article on ESPN, and they're talking about how kids, they're walking time bombs. And
That was the name of the
That
article?
was the name of it, and the
Yeah,
whole
I
thing.
re- I actually did read that
forwarded.
article.
I forwarded that.
What is
to
that,
Myron
Washington
Flowers.
Post?
No,
It was
ESPN.
ESPN.
ESPN?
And they're talking about how these kids are playing basketball all year long, and they're setting themselves up, and they're sustaining these really, really bad injuries. There's torn ACLs, your torn Achilles, all these different injuries that, to be honest with you, when we were growing up, that never happened, man. Kids didn't get these catastrophic injuries. You know what I mean? We played basketball during the winter, and then after the winter, then you go and you play your spring sport. And then you go and then, you have your summer, and then you play your fall sport. But there was always some kind of resting period to the point where you allowed your body to heal.
Yep.
Now, you may play different sports. I played sports. Darren and I played multiple sports growing up. But you always had those seasons where you were able to back off and not play the same sport all the time. And now it's getting to the point where kids are playing every single day. And they're
You're right.
playing all the
So-
time, and they're setting themselves up for these injuries. And that's what's happening, man. And it's just it's getting worse.
So here's my comeback to that. We played every day. We went out on the playground and played. We were doing something every single day, like these kids are. But nowadays, these sports are done so dynamically. The athleticism, the speed, the power, the explosion that goes along with playing this game at such a high level it's wear and tear on the body. It is.
Yeah.
We could go out and play 8 to 10 games on the playground, but every time we went to the basket, we're not going trying to jump over somebody and dunk on somebody. We weren't, yes, we were athletic, but now there's so much pop. There's so much torque on the body. There's so much wear and tear on the joints.
And the exact same motion, in the exact same joint, in the exact same angle, the same muscles, the same tendons. They're all getting pushed and pulled the exact same way through the exact same exercise
Yeah.
for the sport.
But see, it's
365
one
days a year. That's what's crushing them.
Right, but think about it, it's one thing to go out and play basketball on the blacktop, or it's one thing to go and play pickup or whatever. That's one thing. But when you're asking your body to play like at a high level, when you're talking about Team USA or something like that, after you've just come off a season,
Yeah,
You know what I mean? And you're doing that. Or like, for instance, and God bless her, man, because she's going to end up being probably one of the top players in the WNBA when she gets there.
AZ.
Like AZ.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like AZ. Like AZ's what? 16, 17, 16, 15,
15,
16,
16.
whatever. And she went from playing how many games for St. John's? She played all
A
those
lot.
games for St. John's. Like she
Yeah.
had her regular season, then she had her postseason,
and she had
and then after that
showcase
she had the
games.
showcase. And
Yeah.
then you go, and then after that you're playing again, and she ended up tearing her
For Team
ACL
USA.
for Team USA. Your body doesn't have a chance to rely. It doesn't have a chance to rest. And then after that, you play with Team USA, and then you're training, and you're training, and you're training. Next thing you know, it's time to get ready for your basketball season. When
So,
have you
Ken,
had an opportunity to rest? When have you had an opportunity
here-
for recovery?
And I want to touch on that. Ken, I just got back, as you all know, from 2 weeks on the road. The AAU season is very vigorous. It's high level basketball, and this is on the grassroots level. This is for youngsters. Now, the month of June is we take it off for AAU. We don't practice. We don't. Some guys train, but that traditionally has been dedicated to your high school summer league.
Right.
So these kids aren't resting. They're playing summer league. The NCAA has new rules now where there are 2 live periods where college coaches can come and watch players with their high schools and with their high school coaches. I like the idea, and this is the first year of doing it. And it wasn't a trial session. This is real, and that's what's going to be going moving forward. That's what's going to be happening. And there were 2 live periods at DeMatha. It was regional, all around the country, but DeMatha had 2 live periods where all the college coaches were in. They see you in a different element. They see you with your high school teams. They see you with your high school coaches. The NCAA wants to move more into that direction, and they took away some of the live weekends in July, which are dedicated to AAU events. My point is, when you're taking a break from AAU competition, your body's not taking a break because you're still playing summer league and you're still playing in live events for college coaches.
Yep.
So you're still giving it everything you've got. Your body hasn't had time to rest. Then you go into July, right? We just had the EYBL, which is the Nike circuit, and it's unbelievable taxing on your body, right? So after that, I was at the CP3. I just worked the CP3 Elite Guard Camp. Has the top 25 guards in the country.
I wasn't invited apparently. I guess.
So-
Sorry, whatever, that's okay. I mean, what?
That is
top 15.
right behind Peach Jam, which is the national
Booty
Nike
Wishes.
championships. And there were a few of the top guards, Cade Cunningham, Sharif Cooper, that did not attend CP3's camp. And I was wondering why. And come to find out, tomorrow, which is Wednesday, these top guards have to go to training camp out in Colorado for Team USA. You know what I mean? So
It is too much.
some of the guards, especially this one kid from Mocan Elite, I was talking to him and he said the camp ended Sunday morning. He had to leave. He has to leave Wednesday morning. He said, I'm going to go home to Memphis and I'll get a day and a half to rest.
How old is?
He's going into the 11th grade. He's a rising
That's
junior.
Insane.
So he gets a day and a half to rest. I told him, please go get some cryotherapy or something. Go get a massage.
Ooh, got out to St.
it's-
James, get some cryo.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, and so
Absolutely.
I understand that it's so much pounding. And these basketball players are so athletic.
Yeah.
They're so
Pound for pound, the best athletes in America, basketball players.
and it's unbelievable the way they're moving and the way they're jumping, and it's got to be so much on their body, and they need rest. But the way the schedule is for a basketball player, the way the schedule is year round, they're on their craft. They're working on their craft, and they're constantly working on their body. So I think trainers need, and I'm a trainer myself. I stay in my lane, and I don't get into the strength and conditioning part. I'm more so a skills trainer, but I think that trainers need to, and Myron Flowers, we've had him on the show.
He's the man.
It's my guy. He really does
Shout out to St.
concentrate
James.
on management and maintenance and recovery and injury prevention.
Okay.
While building your body up, you also have to give your body a chance to recover and rest and heal itself.
I'm trying to figure out, I looked at, now you look at KD,
Right.
you look at Boogie. Like, when we were coming up, great players didn't get hurt like that.
No.
You know what I mean? Like, MJ and,
Kobe.
Magic and Bird and,
Isaiah.
Zeke and, what I mean? Like, great players did. I think the best player that got hurt was Dominique. When
I
he
mean,
tore
hell,
his
Magic
Achilles.
got AIDS and he still played at a freaking high level.
Right,
I mean,
right,
nobody
right.
got hurt
Like,
and
no-
I don't think
I'll
hurt
tell you
anybody.
what, though. Larry Bird had a
bad
chronic back.
But yeah, right. But that, I mean, he had a chronic back, and I get that. But I'm talking about, like, and that was over a course of time.
Yeah.
That was over a course of time. I'm talking about just like these catastrophic
I'm sorry, not AIDS, HIV.
moments, right? These catastrophic injuries where guys are just out, man. Like, it just didn't happen, and it sucks because you see these guys and they put so much time. And I mean, being at the St. James, man, I've had the opportunity to really watch, what goes into the training aspect of it. Like, we have a lot of pros that come up there and they put their training in. They do their cryo, they do all this, that, and the other, and they they really, really focus on their craft and their programming and their training. And it's just crazy how it's gotten to the point where that's all they do, man. That's all they do.
So-
and you have to, because you have to be
Here's my
better than the
question.
guy that you go.
So here's my question to you guys: if you're a multi-million-dollar athlete like that, right, and your body is your money,
Understood. I know exactly what
It's
you're
your
talking about.
vessel.
right? So
Talk to me.
what do you do? Like, you've got the Olympics coming up. Do you not represent your country? Do you say, okay, I got a contract year coming up? Or if you're that superstar, if you're a max deal type guy, like KD, let's just take KD for example. You're a max deal type guy. KD is going to get super paid after next year
Yeah.
without playing.
Yeah. He's
Because
getting super paid
the
right
body of
now.
work he's already put in. But he popped his Achilles, and the Achilles to me is worse than the knee.
Oh, absolutely.
Because you never know how your body and your
Absolutely.
game is going to react to an injury of that type.
Plus the physics of KD. If you watch him,
Mm-hmm.
he's a freak athlete in the sense of his size and his shape. But you almost watch him play, and you're almost like some rubber band's got to snap somewhere in
yeah,
a 6'10"
he
guy who
seems to
plays
have
like
a fragile
6 foot
frame
guy.
to me. But he also does not play with a lot of contact and a lot of athleticism. He's just super, super skilled and has a shooting touch, unmatched. But let's take a
Sitting
guy
right
like Gilbert, not Gilbert Arenas. I'm talking. Sorry,
Hibachi.
John Wall. John Wall. He has a torn Achilles. Now, he already signed his.
Mega. Mega.
I don't
max.
know. I think I referred to it as a chick with really bad credit and like 16 kids, and well, he's basically holding the team hostage, the Wizards hostage right now. But he already signed that unbelievable deal before that injury, so he's guaranteed. Unlike football, basketball players, he's guaranteed that money, and they're trying to figure out how they can, because he's not going to play this year coming up. So the Wizards are trying to figure out if there's something they can finagle,
Yep.
about his contract. But KD is not going to play and is still going to get paid right afterwards. That's not the case for John Wall. John Wall already had his money in place before the injury. So that's why I'm saying like super max guys,
Yeah.
you've already put in that work and you know what your market value is. Do you take off from the Olympics? Do you take off from
Yes.
playing in these
Yes.
pro-ams in
Yes.
the summertime and
Yes.
things like that?
Yes. Yes.
Hey, look at your boy.
Yes. You have to. You have to. You got to give your body a chance to
wet
heal,
spot.
man. You got to give your body a chance to heal. You
Yeah.
have to. You can't keep playing basketball like this all the time because
No.
your body is going to break down. It is. It's not made for that. It's
Yeah.
not made for 9, 10 months of training. It's not made for that. It's not built for that. Now, if you are, you don't have to play. I mean, I get playing for your country. I get that. But at some point, you have to think about you. You have to think about your career, withstanding that for a long period of time. And when you keep playing and pushing the envelope all the time, forcing your body to do
Yeah.
things that, to be honest with you, it's not built to do,
No.
then it's gonna fight back. And at some point, it's going to
Juice,
get to a point where it's going to break down on you.
So, Juice, let me ask this. Okay, with the rest of the world kind of catching up to the U.S.,
Yeah,
like they say that that's the trend.
right.
Can we use as Team USA? Can we use our second tier players
Yeah.
and still win a gold with no
Yes.
problem?
Yes. Yes.
Because our second tier players are still
Yes.
dynamite.
Yes.
Are your Spain?
Now teams are catching up. Spain,
Yes.
I mean, they're catching up. But at the end of the day, it's not really. I've got to protect my investment. My investment is my body.
Okay, so
I
your
have
first
to
team
protect
All
that.
NBA and your second team All NBA can sit out,
And your third team All NBA can sit out,
and the U.S. will
and they would
still win the gold medal.
Absolutely.
Wow.
Absolutely.
Wow.
I think that's true.
I think it's true. Bradley Beal didn't make either one of those teams.
And also think about the coaches. Team USA now has one of the best coaching staffs in the entire planet,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
and they can, trust me, they can do a whole lot with.
I mean, you could come out with a
What they
starting
had.
five, or top 12 guys that didn't make any of those 3 NBA teams, and still come away with a really, really good team
Yeah.
and beat everybody in the world. You
Wow.
can.
What level was Kawhi on 8 years ago?
Right.
6, 7 years. I mean,
Right.
if you would have rolled Kawhi out because you couldn't get the top 5 or top 8 guys, you'd be doing just fine, especially because you have Pop on that
Yeah.
staff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we got the horses. We got the horses.
I see that, man. I just think that guys need to start paying attention to their bodies
Yeah.
and understanding that that's their investment. And you can't do anything if you're not available.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And I just think that's kind of what
I think
Yeah.
it's
They
it's
say
about
that
parents.
The best ability is availability.
Availability.
is availability.
You know,
Well, I
That's the
always
best
say
ability.
your best sexual availability was actually your best ability. That's not number one. But that's a whole different show. Well, I want to tell you right now, it's up to parents to to encourage their kids to do different things.
Parents are the worst.
That's what I'm saying. They're the ones that are driving their kids and signing them up for this to play on 5 different teams of the same sport
Yeah.
every single season. Do all this stuff, and I know that
But
cuts
when
into
you
some of the stuff you do.
specialize, when you
It's a
specialize,
bad idea.
it okay, I understand that you're working on your craft, but if you never played soccer, or if you never played football, if you never played baseball, and all you do is play basketball, you don't understand how to fall, you don't understand how to avoid a collision, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? You don't understand how to just maneuver yourself in different ways. So
To read another athlete on the same playing field. You wouldn't-
Right.
It's like playing poker. It's like doing all these other things. There's more than it's more than just knowing how to to execute a top-notch stay out. It's all about
stay
it's
out.
all about it's all about being able to read the guy. You can't just play the cards all the time. You got to play the player.
But
You had a
also,
really
it
nice
learns.
day out,
Also,
man.
it teaches you how to really compete. It teaches you how to compete. When you play different sports, you learn how to compete. You learn
right.
how to push yourself and maybe jump out of your comfort zone. You know what I mean? And that's what I think is important because
Yep.
you learn how to compete. Like me, I played basketball, soccer, baseball, And at my senior year in high
football.
school, I played football.
Yeah.
I played 1 year of football. But all those years that I played sports, and the first
You were
sport
an
we played
animal,
soccer.
by the way.
But
I know I've heard
were
of
very, very
on the
good.
football field. I heard you
Juice,
But,
you
were
were
a
very
difference
good.
maker.
and the thing about it, you learn how to compete.
He would have got picked up at the Stonegate
You
pickup
learn
game,
how to
that's
compete,
for sure.
and
That's a great point. And I've got guys now that are really taking golf seriously. They play all the time. And we have a group chat where, you know, they're talking trash, this, that, and the other. And they ask me all the time. They say, you know, D-Mac, why won't you come out there on the course with us? My thing is, I don't want to do anything competitively that I'm not good at, right? And myself, let's just rewind the clock. It's been a very long time since I've done multiple things. You know, once I got to a certain level in basketball, that's all I did.
right,
You know, that defined me.
right.
And I didn't play other sports anymore. I stopped playing baseball at an early age. I stopped playing football at a very early age. I used to play tennis when I was younger. I stopped all of that stuff, and my life was just consumed with basketball. You know, so I talk about all this specializing, but that's, in essence, that's what I did. So from a mental standpoint and a mental approach, it was basketball or nothing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'll do some ping pong things like that, but golf, it's the unknown for me. So my mindset, I'm not even willing to go out there and try and be sorry at something. I don't know when the last time I attempted something or played something that I wasn't good at. You know what I mean? Because I was just so engulfed in basketball, which I played at a very high level. So when
You'd be great at golf, by the way.
when my guys, you know, they're talking trash on the group chat about, yeah, you triple bogeyed and took you 6-7 shots.
That's all right. Though. That's
you know,
okay, though.
for me,
That's okay.
but Juice, when is the last time?
But that's okay, though.
But that's my reasoning for
right.
not
I get
jumping
it.
out
I
there.
understand that. I understand.
When's
but
the
that's-
last time I
that's-
did something that because I
That's
specialized?
okay. That's okay.
You know what I
though.
mean?
That's okay. That's okay. That's all part of competing, and that's all part of going out there and having fun. But
Right.
I don't know, man. I think that these kids nowadays really need to find a balance. I think you can get a lot more out of your career and out of what you do by actually kind of stepping back a little bit. You know what I mean? Because I think your body will last longer as opposed to really pushing the envelope like these kids do, and eventually paying the price for it. which is
Message
what I
to
saw
you
in that
kids and
article, man.
families out there.
You know, I think I
Really need to
think
take a
that.
serious
I
look
think
at that and what's going on.
Absolutely. It's not so much about trying to be top 100 or top 50 or top 10 or whatever. It's not about that, because at the end of the day, if you can play, you can play.
That's right.
You know what I mean? Those rankings and all that stuff doesn't mean anything when it comes down to it. It's just barbershop talk. People talk about it, oh, he's top 10. So what? I've seen a bunch of top 10, top 20 guys that weren't very good. You know what I mean? Because when it came down to it, when the lights came on, they couldn't perform. They were good because somebody said they're good. It's all about an opinion
Butter
when it comes to those
popcorn.
rankings. You know what I mean? But is your body able to withstand what, you know, the workload and all that stuff? And that's what I think these kids need to really understand. It's not about where you rank.
Very rigorous.
It's about the fact that can you compete at a high level for a long period of time. That's my take.
Well, how are we going to get out of here tonight? What do you guys want to get out of here on?
Give me your 5.
Give me your 5. We had a
I
couple
haven't
different
done a
ones
give
going
me
You
your
around.
know what I
in
do
a
want to do
long
though? Next
time.
time we can do give me your 5, but I want to do the start, bench, and
But-
cut.
Start
I want to
bench
do
cut.
that. I
Let's
want to
do
do
it.
that sometime.
Okay, because
Start, bench, and
you brought
cut.
that up, and it was
It was
Gary Payton,
Zeke,
Isaiah
and
Thomas,
and
and
AI.
Allen Iverson. You cannot bring a scenario up to me, any scenario with 3 guards, and Isaiah Thomas is out.
Do you know how
No,
many
no.
opinions, different opinions? Because everybody, when they look at that,
So-
they automatically, the first guy they said was Gary Payton's got to get cut.
Not me.
No,
But the thing about it is, I had a lot of people that came up to me and they said, man, I'll start Gary Payton over both of them.
don't do that.
I'm
don't
just telling
do
you.
that.
I
I'm
started.
just-
Isaiah
Isaiah
Thomas
started
starts
Isaiah. I
any
cut
scenario
AI and
you
I,
throw
and
to
I
Okay,
benched
so let's break
Love.
this. So everybody out there, this is something that we put on a group chat, and it had 3 players, and you had the choice of starting them, benching them or cutting them.
Ken,
And
throw me
so
out
the
a
three players that
threesome.
we had were Gary Payton, Allen Iverson, and Isaiah Thomas. The
So
original
It has to
Isaiah
be
Thomas.
the thing about it is you're talking about 3 Hall of Famers, who are great, 3 greats. So
Let's talk about these
I
three.
like the idea. So I like the idea of using it to differentiate the fine lines of all-time great players because it's a great debate. All those guys are amazing. You would do just fine having any of them on
You
your starting
start
form.
Isaiah Thomas.
Yeah.
Like, what
You
are we
talk about-
talking about here? Who's the best
understand.
player out of those 3
I'm
guys?
just saying when you're
It's
talking
Isaiah
about
Thomas.
Depends on
when
what
you
you're
talk about
looking for.
comparing Hall of Fame players.
Depends on what you're
How
looking
do you
for.
compare them? Where do you draw the lines? For me, I started Isaiah.
You start the best player.
I benched Glove and I
But it's all
cut AI.
relative. Like, what do you mean the best player? What makes it? What defines the best player?
Okay,
Who do
so
you
this
How
like
do
the
you
best?
have the best
This
player?
is
By what
based
measure?
off what?
metric?
you're the GM and you're the GM and coach. You're Doc Rivers. How about that? Right? So you're going to start
Do you get Kawhi Leonard to come?
a player on your team.
But
That's
see,
the
you're
point guard
biased,
position.
Darren. You're biased because you like Isaiah. You grew up liking Isaiah Thomas. So this is
Tell
is
me
not-
a list that you can find that Allen Iverson or Gary Payton is above Isaiah Thomas at the point guard position. You find me one, and I got you.
It depends on what you're looking for.
I got you. Roof Chris, Steakhouse,
It
whatever
depends
you
on
want.
what you look at. All
Find
three
me.
of listen. Isaiah Thomas was the best playmaker.
Yes, you don't want someone, you don't want someone to score 35.
AI was the best scorer, and Gary Payton was the best defender. Those are 3 huge components in basketball. So depending on who you are as a GM, and what you like will determine who you pick.
Okay.
That's
So
how
give-
that's
so
how
give
it
me
works
your,
out.
Give me your start, bench, and release.
I would start Isaiah Thomas.
Thank you.
I would start.
What are we
Isaiah
talking
Thomas.
about here?
all
But go
agree.
ahead.
I would bench Gary Payton.
Okay.
And I would cut Allen Iverson.
And you're the same, Ken?
Exact same.
But see, the thing about it is,
Okay, let's go.
That's,
Let's go
that's
to the.
so hard.
It's
man.
not hard. It's not
It
hard.
is
It's not
hard.
hard.
Because
Okay,
AI
Ken,
was.
give me the 2 guard position. Go ahead. Give me 3. Give me 3.
So we're talking. Got to talk all-time greats. That's what
Give
it
me
has
the
to
2 guard
be.
position.
What it has to be. So
Yeah.
all-time greats, shooting
we
guard.
can't do
Yep.
Mike. You can't put
I was
Mike
gonna
in
say
there.
that's the
You
first
can't-
thing.
you can't-
So
you
no
can't-
Okay,
Mamba?
excluding.
You got to put
excluding-
Michael Jordan's going to start.
I'm putting
in
Kobe
the
We're
then.
gonna
I'm gonna put Kobe in.
exclude the top player from that position. Exclude the top player from
All
that
right,
position.
so that means
So
Kobe, yes.
yeah, okay. Kobe, D Wade,
Would you put him
and
at 2 or 3?
the logo.
The logo.
At
I
the
was going
2?
to say pistol,
Okay, you want pistol?
but was he more of a point? Because I mean, I was.
Logo
I
was a
got him at
point.
the 2.
Logo.
You
was
got
a point.
pistol at 2?
I got pistol at 2. I've got Jerry West at the 2 also.
Pistol, Jerry, Kobe.
No D Wade.
No D Wade.
Okay, pistol. Jerry. Okay, Kobe starts.
Pistol Pete.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm starting Kobe.
Okay.
I'm benching Jerry West, and I'm cutting
Pistol Pete because his career was short due to injury.
because he's not good as either one of them.
You know how I
Alright.
feel about Mamba.
Let's move on to the 3.
All right.
I'll get. Okay, let me.
Let's
let
go.
me-
Let's
yeah,
go.
yeah.
Let's go.
Let me come
okay,
up with
go
3.
ahead. Go ahead.
Pippen, Bird,
And KD or LeBron.
Yeah, LeBron.
No, LeBron is considered the best
Okay,
at that position.
so Bird.
Pippen,
Bird.
Bird,
Kevin Durant.
Iceman.
Really?
Yeah.
Bird. I'm starting.
Okay, let's go KD. Let's go KD. Pippen, Bird, KD. Who do you start?
Bird.
Bird. Who do
K-
you bench?
KD.
So Pippen's out.
Yes.
That's a huge mistake.
Now,
I'm taking
now,
Pippen over. I'm
now,
taking-
Juice is the hold on, Ken.
hold
Ken.
on.
That's not
before
even-
you-
I'm
hold
taking
on, wait,
Pippen over
before you
Jordan.
start, Juice is the same person that kept Gary Payton because of his defensive prowess.
I'm taking Pippen over KD.
All right, now go ahead. Go
I
ahead.
can't take Pippen over KD.
Okay.
I can't take Pippen over KD.
Pippen's he's
Why?
an all-time
KD's
great.
offense?
Pippen has offense and
You
defense.
cut
Pippin's
AI,
everything.
who's an offensive juggernaut. But we'll move on past that. Now let's move.
I can't cut.
Exactly. Let's move on to power forwards. Juice, go ahead.
Okay.
Let's clearly say that Tim Duncan is the best power forward.
KD. Okay. So
All
you
right,
got
so leave him out.
Barkley,
Garnett.
Karl Malone.
Would you put Garnett in there?
Karl Malone, and
Go back. I mean,
jeez.
you would
Yeah.
put, you make Bill 5.
Who, Bill Russell?
Yeah.
5.
Because today he'd be a 4, right?
Barkley, Karl Malone,
Yeah,
and
he'd be
let's
a 4
go KG, the ticket.
Garnett? Okay.
Dirk.
Dirk. We said it at the same time, so it has to be Dirk.
Okay, let's do Dirk
All right. Dirk, Barkley,
and Karl Malone.
Karl Malone. I'm starting.
Dirk.
No.
I'm benching Charles and I'm cutting.
I cut Dirk. I start Barkley. And
You
I
bench.
bench Karl Malone.
I love Karl
You're
Malone.
cutting Dirk.
I'm cutting the
Yeah, I
mailman.
cut Dirk.
Mailman's gone.
Unbelievable.
I'm sorry, Carl.
Do you think are you saying he cannot exist without Stockton?
I'm saying that
It's not
that's
his fault
part of
they
it,
played
but
all
that's,
that time
that
together.
can't be part of the equation in this for me. I'm not going to blame that his teammate because I chose Pippen. I don't think Pippen could have been the same without Jordan, but I took Pippen. I think that Dirk is revolutionary, and I don't think he gets the credit he deserves. I love Chuck. I thought Chuck epitomized the U.S. basketball for the era which he came up in. Barkley.
So
to
you're
me,
starting who? Barkley?
I start Barkley. I cut Dirk and I
And you
bench Mailman.
Mailman.
Yes. Now,
wait,
let's
hold
go
on.
to the
No. I want Juice's because I want to know where he lines up with that because I can't think we're that far apart.
I'll start Barkley.
Absolutely.
I'm gonna bench Dirk and I'm gonna cut.
All right.
Thank you.
We have 3 different answers.
All right.
That's good. But no,
So you're center.
We both
That's my
cut Carl.
brother, man.
We both cut Carl.
That's okay. So
Cut from the same cloth.
center,
Carl Malone.
Akeem, Shaq.
So who are we not even considering?
For what?
The best player at that position is
The best
Kareem.
center of all
Kareem.
time. You can't put Shaq.
Kareem.
Kareem.
Okay.
So Akeem,
Then you have to put
Shaq,
Yeah.
The Big Dipper.
and Wilt.
No Bill Russell.
No, because I'm cutting Bill.
All right. So
Akeem, Shaq, and Wilt.
Oh my goodness. All right.
This is hard. This is a very
Hakeem?
difficult.
Can I start?
Akeem Olajuwon.
I'm cutting the dream.
Can I start?
What?
Can I start?
Wow.
Can I
How
start?
do you cut a? Okay, go ahead.
Can
go
I
ahead,
start,
go ahead.
please?
Yes.
So Barkley's already starting on my team.
Yes,
right?
he is.
I am cutting Shaq. It's hard to do. I'm
Impossible.
starting the Big Dipper. And I am coming off the bench with
Olajuwon.
The dream.
the Dream, Olajuwon.
Tell me where he lives because
Man,
after I
I'm
cut
cutting
him, I don't
Shaq.
even know where he
Cutting
went.
Shaq, dog. I'm cutting Shaq.
I don't know
My
where he
bad.
went.
Foo Snickens.
I'm starting
You're the
Shaq.
most dominant
You're
guy.
starting Shaq.
I'm starting Shaq.
You're starting
I'm
Shaq.
starting Shaq.
And so you're
Shaq Fu. Absolutely. And
And
I
you've
told you I'm
already-
cutting dream.
Snickens.
I'm coming off the bench
with Wilt.
with the stilt.
God, this is probably the toughest
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
This is the tough. I'm gonna start.
You have Barkley
We had a
already.
Shaq rule when I come from.
I gotta start Wilt, man.
Exactly.
I gotta start Wilt. Start Wilt. I gotta bench Akeem and I gotta cut Shaq. I have to.
I can't cut.
I got to. I have
Hey,
to.
man, do you know what hashtag 120,000 means?
Hashtag 120,000. Give it to me.
That's Wilt. Okay,
Is that 120,000 now? I mean, that's
he scored 100 points. And
Okay.
He scored 20,000 times.
Okay, hold on.
It
Hold
was
on,
more
hold
than
on.
20
I got
I thought it
one.
was
I have
more
one
than
more.
20,000.
I have one
It's
more.
120,000?
I have
I
one
think
more.
so.
This is my last one. Coach.
Yeah, I was gonna say we got to be
Phil
coaches.
Jackson, Red Auerbach,
Who are you
Steve
taking
Kerr.
out?
and Greg Popovich.
Who's the best
Huh?
to ever do it? Who are you taking out?
Oh, that's right. We got to do the best. Okay, so Phil's probably the best. He got 11 rings.
What?
So-
No, Red.
Red, you mean?
No, Phil.
Phil has 11 rings.
Yeah, Phil. It's Phil. Let's take Phil out.
With Chicago and the Lakers?
Yes.
Yeah.
11?
Yes.
So Red, Pop, and
So you got to take Phil out.
Red, Pop, and
And who? Pat Riley?
Pat Riley?
Kerr.
No.
Oh, how many seasons has he coached that he didn't go to the finals? 0. It's 0. The
So
answer is
Pat
zero.
Riley, Pat Riley, Greg Popovich. We can't even do Red. Red's got it. So Pat Riley, Greg Popovich,
All right.
Steve Kerr.
Okay. With the construction of my team, Pop can't coach my team.
Oh, he's my coach. Starting.
Pop's got to go.
That's a mistake.
So who you starting?
Big mistake.
Pat Riley.
That means you're keeping Kerr over Popovich.
Yeah, Pop can't. I've got some.
Personality conflict.
Yes, and I've got some out of the box guys on my team that aren't really
Yeah.
fit for a Pop type system.
Big mistake.
I'm starting.
Love Pop, but I'll go Pat Riley, Steve Kerr. Steve Kerr lets his guys play. Barkley needs to be let.
I'm gonna go.
Showcased.
Who you got? I know who you starting.
I'm starting Pop.
And
Yeah.
who you cutting?
I'm-
Who you benching?
I'm going to bench Kerr.
And you're gonna cut Riley.
Cutting Riley all day. By the way, I'm not even cutting him personally. I'm sending like my fourth assistant into Pat Riley's and be like, send this guy out and all the VO5 he's got going on with him.
I think I'm
That's
gonna
some
roll.
Soul Glow.
I think I'm gonna roll with you.
All right.
I think I'm gonna go same one with you. I think I gotta cut Pat.
I wonder if it would be different though if we all were like in the early '80s watching Magic and Worthy and Pat Riley, because he kind of, if he was the coach of a winner, of
Pat
a
got
perennial
five.
winner,
How many rings Pat got? 5?
he's got plus Miami. Yeah, exactly. I think so.
No, as a coach, he's got 5 rings. No, he's got 4.
How many from Lake Show? 3?
4.
Yeah.
4. Yeah, 4.
I'm biting my tongue. I'm ready to tell both of y'all, knock it off.
He did call the
Cutting Pat Riley.
the
Are you
repeat.
kidding me?
He called the repeat. But if he was a coach in 2019,
Yeah.
I mean, he's ready made for the whole shebang.
But you know what? You know what though? I'm gonna have to say this. I may have to keep Riley because he.
Thank you.
And the reason why I'm saying that is because I'm thinking about his teams. He coached Showtime, and then he went to the Knicks and coached a totally different way of playing basketball.
Absolutely.
He
But,
coached
but
a
think about-
totally different way.
But he also
Like he adapted to the
Yeah.
team he had.
dominated the 2 largest markets in this country.
He adapted to the teams he had, and the only reason why he didn't win in New York was because of Michael Jordan.
Right.
Yeah, but he was
So,
like the Calipari
great point.
of the NBA
That-
back in the day.
no, I know, but to go from Showtime all open, you know what I mean?
But he
your
had
your
players.
popcorn, right? But then when he got to the Knicks, he didn't have
He
that
did it-
Showtime.
he did it a different way.
He was defense. He was grinding. The games were 80 to 70.
Popcorn.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, all that. That's exactly what he did.
And he made Madison Square Garden cool
He
again.
just couldn't beat Michael Jordan, and that's So I think I'm gonna have to bench. I'm gonna have to cut. Steve.
One could also say
Froghorn is right again, guys.
one could also say he couldn't beat Scottie Pippen. Just saying, one could say, just throwing that out there.
Or Liddell Eccles.
Or Liddell Eccles.
Wow.
Damn right about that. Or
This
Steve-
was fun,
or
man.
Steve
This
Kerr.
was fun. We gotta do this every week.
We'll be back
I'm
again
back.
next
I'm
Tuesday.
back. I
He's
love
back
it.
in town. He's Froghorn Leghorn, a.k.a. Darren McClinton.
Great to let me get some stuff off my chest. I don't know. I didn't disagree with Juice too much tonight.
No.
It must be a welcome home kind of continuity thing that
Mm-hmm.
we got going on. But I'm sure enough to go at his neck, next Tuesday.
He's
I ain't worried about
Kevin
it, man.
McClinton,
I'm not
a.k.a.
worried
Juice.
because every time I'm right. Every time I'm right. When it comes to me and him arguing, every single time I'm right. And he knows it. He knows it. He puts up a front, but he knows it. When he comes back, he thinks about it. He knows it. This was fun. I enjoyed it.
Shout out to the St. James.
Shout out to the
Prominently
St.
disgraced
James,
and our main
St.
man
James
from
basketball.
Archbishop Carroll.
We had a great tournament this past week, and the hoop group did a phenomenal job at the St. James. We had a lot of fun. 10 basketball courts on the field. It was just a really, really well-run
Wow.
tournament.
Go check
We
it
had a
out.
lot of fun, man. We had a lot of fun.
We will be back again.
I just got to win some games in this Kennedy League.
Hopefully he'll
Tired of
be.
this
I mean, look, he's.
Kenner League, we are 1-4. We have
Are you
3
calling
games
him every day or what?
We have 3 games this weekend, and hey, the 9th place.
3 games?
3 games. Friday, Saturday, Sunday. This is the last 3 games of the regular season. We have to do well because the 9th place team does not make the playoffs. We have to
work
avoid
on this, guys.
Some of your
relegation.
players, man. Get some dudes in here, man.
No, I've got some.
All right. Said that. You've said that all year.
I got some guys coming this
You
weekend.
said that
All right,
all year
we're good.
long.
We're
man.
good.
All year long.
We
you
need the
said
front
that.
office and the sidelines to connect here. We're gonna make that happen.
Like I've
between
had
now
to
and
get
next week.
players out of the stands that played in games previously,
I
man, to
need
fill the team.
Start
man.
showing up more.
Let's try to. We're gonna try to get
Terrible,
First
man.
Amendment Sports
All
to
right, let's do it.
do the
do
playoffs.
some games.
All right.
We're in.
Yeah.
All right.
We'll be back again
Good
next
time, man.
Tuesday
Good
night.
job. Good job.
I'm
Good
Ken
job. Good
Marangolo.
job.
This was.
The hot box.
Appreciate you.
We're still live, guys. We're still live. Take it easy.
Oh. You can't cut Pat